Fire sends students scurrying out of residence hall at GCU. It happened this morning on its West Valley campus.
And tonight, fire crews are investigating if arson is to blame. Kenzie Beach joins us live with details. Kenzie.
Yeah, guys, hours later, it still has a smoky, burning smell in the air here on GCU's campus. The best way to describe it is the smell of burning either plastic or wood, but the fire happened here in this building behind me, Building 41 at the Agave Apartments. That's where students woke up this morning in a panic.
And he points up and I'm like, uh-oh.
Imagine waking up on a foggy day. Yeah. You're trying to drive, you can't see anything. Pretty much like that. Like I couldn't see nothing.
GCU students were woken up by fire alarms in hallways filled with smoke.
I was sleeping, like dead asleep. And I wake up and like they're scrambling for their stuff, and then it's just like alarms.
Junior Ryan Mude thought it was a false alarm until he evacuated the building and looked up.
You see how you can see through all those windows pretty clearly? The chairs on other windows are right up to the glass. You couldn't even see those. It was just completely smoked out.
Phoenix fire officials say 2 separate fires started in the 3rd floor lounge, setting off sprinklers on multiple floors.
Bunch of water that was dripping out to the first floor. Some of the first floor got soaked.
It's well, I guess I won't be back in there for a while.
Students were alerted with this email from the GCU Public Safety Department listing a reported offense as arson.
We didn't grab anything. This is what we slept in. We're in our pajamas.
Now we're just learning that there are 24 students that will have to move out of this building. 6 suites were damaged, so there's 4 students that live in each of those suites. I also spoke to the Phoenix Fire Department. They say that this fire is suspicious and they have not ruled out arson. Reporting live on GCU's campus, Kenzie Beach, Fox 10 News.
All right, Kenzie, thank you. Well, a man is dead after he was shot multiple times. Glendale police were called to a home near 43rd Avenue and Olive Avenue, where officers found the victim laying outside with multiple gunshot wounds. He was taken to the hospital where he later died. Police are searching for whoever pulled the trigger.
Phoenix police are searching for a suspect tonight after a deadly shooting. This happened around 3 a.m. near 23rd Street in Fillmore. Officers found a man suffering from a gunshot wound. He died at the hospital, or on the scene, excuse me. No word yet on the suspect's description or a possible motive.
Phoenix police say they're investigating after witnesses intervened in a late-night stabbing. It happened near 10th Avenue and Madison Street around 11:30 last night. Officers found a man with a stab wound. They also found another man laying on the ground unconscious. Well, witnesses told police they're the ones who beat him up because he was the person who stabbed the other man. The investigation is ongoing.
New details tonight on 2 deadly motorcycle crashes on Saturday. The first happened yesterday afternoon near 44th Street and Baseline. Phoenix police say 34-year-old Jovny Aceves crashed into a pole and died at the hospital. Witnesses say he was speeding when he lost control. The other happened in Gilbert late last night near 156th Street and Adora Boulevard. Police say a motorcycle and a car collided. The motorcycle driver and a passenger were taken to the hospital. The passenger died. No word if anyone in the car was hurt or who was at fault. Now let's take a quick look at the weather and a major cool down just days away.
Yeah, today I spoke with the National Weather Service meteorologist Gabrielle Lohero about the coming cool down. They announced this assignment and I said, choose me. I want to know about these temperatures. Well, guess what? He told me today the cooler temperatures are likely here to stay.
On Tuesday, we're expecting a weather system that's going to be moving through a cold front. That's going to drop our temperatures from the 90s we were experimenting the last several days down into the 70s for highs. There may be a couple of showers that may materialize over the Phoenix area in association with the cold front. That's going to be the culprit in dropping our temperatures. It does look like the tendency for the next couple of weeks is we're going to be seeing near to slightly below normal temperatures. So that's highs in the mid to upper 70s into the low 80s.
Does not believe that we will be seeing triple digits until next summer. So that's exciting.
We'll take it. Look at temperatures right now across the state. Still a bit warm today, 94 in Phoenix right now, a bit cooler in Globe at 86, and Douglas down in the bottom part of the state at 89. Still warmer yet, Lake Havasu 91 and Yuma at 93.
Yeah, we do still have some heat to get through today and tomorrow. Again, yesterday we broke another record, breaking 100. But today, 94, and then tomorrow, some 90s. And then you're going to see that drop in temperatures on Tuesday, with the high being in the 70s. And we're going to have more on that coming up in your full forecast. That's a forecast you are not going to want to miss.
You're watching Fox 10 News at 5 with Brian Webb and Ashley Rodriguez.
All right, after months of campaigning and hundreds of millions of dollars spent, the presidential race is a toss-up. The candidates are neck and neck, and there's just over a week until Election Day.
Both candidates are courting voters in swing states, plus Donald Trump makes a visit to a state Republicans haven't won in decades. CB Cotton has more.
With just 9 days to go till Election Day, the clock is ticking for both candidates to reach any voters who are still on the fence. Harris continuing her battleground blitz in Pennsylvania with stops on Sunday in Philadelphia.
I see Americans from so-called red states and blue states who are ready to bend the arc of history toward justice.
Harris needs every vote she can get in Philadelphia. Biden won 81% of the votes there in 2020, and it was still a nail-biter. And with all the polling showing a dead heat, it's set to be a toss-up once again.
If anybody is going to predict what's going to happen in this race, they're either lying to you or they're crazy for doing that, because we really don't know.
As we head into the home stretch, there is a massive fundraising gap between the campaigns. The Harris team raising $97 million in the first 2 weeks of October. That's 6 times the Trump campaign's $16 million haul. Meanwhile, Trump making a detour outside of the swing states, speaking Sunday at one of the most famous venues in the country with a rally at New York City's Madison Square Garden. Despite it being an unconventional stop in a state that seems nearly guaranteed to go blue, the former president hoping to send a message that he has supporters everywhere.
I like that he loves our country. I like that he wants to put Americans and America first.
In case you're wondering, the last time New York went red in a presidential election was 40 years ago, in Reagan's re-election campaign in 1984. Reporting in New York, I'm CB Cotton, Fox News.
Well, as CB just reported there, former President Trump hosting a rally right now in Madison Square Garden in New York City. This is a live look at the events. It's pretty cold out there, but we're told tens of thousands of people, as you just saw, waiting in line to get inside Madison Square Garden. It is a sold-out event. 20,000 diehards are inside right now. We've heard from Tulsi Gabbard. We've heard from RFK, Tucker Carlson, Melania, Elon Musk. And so far, Trump has announced 2 new policies: a tax credit for family caregivers and supporting the death penalty for any illegal migrant for murdering an American citizen. We're going to have more on exactly what he said tonight at 9.
The presidential candidates will hold dueling rallies in the Valley right here on Halloween. Vice President Harris will host a Get Out the Vote rally. She'll be joined by Los Tigres del Norte, who will play a concert for her. Former President Trump will be in Glendale for a hurricane relief benefit at Desert Diamond Arena. He'll be joined by conservative commentator Tucker Carlson.
And some star power coming to the Valley today to support a ballot proposition. Former model and wife of musician John Legend, Chrissy Teigen, came to support Prop 139. That ballot initiative would codify the right to an abortion into the Arizona state constitution up until the point of fetal viability. Teigen spoke, sharing her own experiences with reproductive health care while arguing for the necessity of the proposition. Rally organizers say Teigen's presence is helping bring attention to the issue.
This is really about making sure people know that this issue is on the ballot. Abortion rights are on the ballot in Arizona, and we want to make sure that people vote yes. This is an issue the majority of Arizonans support. We just want to make sure they know that they can make their voices heard this November.
Now, opponents of Prop 139 say it just goes too far. They fear it will lead to unlimited and unregulated abortion in the state.